Alaikum jibera dawada na tendunal bismillah na program ni tokaten kamin kuma di Think Point podcast bi na min sura wala Bubakar eta mola mi anna ko amani introduction wala bage surtout ni nada jamal la ko ndada jibe but kon ka nyami wado wati ni nada nan jeni bakaja damu dala ngada lun tambula ni jibe dani lo mela nyo konto mi ana ka banko kani banko e bandla bob bismillah Think Point podcast.
Barka bake eji barka mbela jube la be kontonna be jube kan san be jube nyato juma mubarak to everyone. Now first time we are doing this, so looking forward to it. Yeah, thank you.
Exactly. So, I mean, this is the first time. Most of the time, we cross part on Facebook, but ikaja ko burkasi ka dialogue sura kumara bage isaja ko, we can be able to talk directly to the Gambian, we can also have a discussion among ourselves as well. So,
Yeah.
kadung kaja ko na karaba kama kona fo nyaming kaja ko no. Bakajala ko na mi ano ka ba din election on yina, especially voter registration. Majibero kala kula mi ano ka ba din mola dabulo ni ada banko tamandri nyala coming kuma the participation, especially youth participation. And then current affairs fana jibera. So start in current affairs lala. Abi naje banko kang wuno shara dun demanding. Malam fi fana nyaja la bang kabin tu momena. Registration bi kan tanje ma fon ba ye nyaku ya ba ko iba mola register kam ya ko imanka banko dimol. Anu komada demandi fana bulo la audio dolka. I would like you to walk us through about these development stories. Mini anu ko la ke kan sign ending. Ni ba kalamanya temonya.
Yeah, barka bake bahaga nyusul jere prior to coming here ngajile Abubakar Sidiki oppose le modul le je men yalon ko manke Gambia nolti men register kan nyimu kule de men ko is not new in Gambian politics. If we can go back to 2016, building up to 2016 election, when those soldiers went into the APRC bureau AJ Jenny, accordingly for like over 300,000 votes. We suspected that those were not Gambians, even register. So it's like an old playbook, member keka, the same mold, the same regime, whatever the same, so in Calvandian keka. So, but an advisement, like, even the neighboring country, Senegal, last time when they are coming to election, some of the law for Mumbai and Senegality, you can stay away from Senegalese politics. So in Gambia also, many along Gambia is the smiling coast of Africa. We are nice. We are welcoming to everybody. But also, I think this would be a strong message. If you are not a Gambian, please live peacefully in Gambia, but do not partake in our election, because this time the youths are ready, the people are ready, they are ready to defend their constitution, they are ready to defend their election. So I think in short, like, Bansakunda Falandadela, Natal election conduct, they should be the first person to respect the law, not to allow the minors, not to allow foreigners to take part in a process that is not theirs. Yeah. I think
Yeah, comment demanding, na video je la Facebook page on to momi na musi no mati amakan about, inducing them to come and take part in the election. What a voters card on you put can you fund na. It's a fair for no mo fund that jani mo na kajani ko.
Yeah, because audio ni mwele kendo la make musundo de ke olbe diam kan ning kiriola Sierra Leone. That's my mother's tongue because my mom is a Sierra Leonean.
Oh, I can't no.
No, no, way. So basically, when bring up the message is broad. Yeah. So come message ni way. There are Gambians many along there in Sierra Leone. There are Gambians that are many along there in Ghana. They're in other West African countries, or even in the West, like I don't remember Europe and Japan. So if the message was like, okay, many along Sierra Leone, and then we are going to Bratakol, no, NPP are looking for voters from West Africa. So therefore, it sends an alarm that come ilaftaka more lenated Gambia, and that is very, very, very dangerous. So what I'm from going condemn, but after that, like, a lot of people that get to me, no, these are Gambians. No, the message is not clear. It doesn't tell us like I remember for the West African or many NPP left Gambia that register the password and when it is time also for elections, they're going to give them the same transport allowance and stop renewable. So I think this is things many along go manana allowed. So your message is going to everyone. Watch out. Any registration center you find the me along ko made satisfy. You can always report this, especially many along ko attestation will be broken. Most of these things because ID cards or because passports they come with attestation or kalo attestation. So maybe I can into any moji because jama can easily ne Senegalese you can be able to identify, ne Gambian oji you can be able to identify. It doesn't mean we want to profile other people, but also we have to safeguard the integrity of our election system. Yeah, so please not advise me can the wrong. Moment no monkey Gambian or just stay away from our election process. Yeah.
Yeah, so Mabruno Komo demanding, from there I'm Bakajani, but flip the demanding. So now, we just want to form an understanding about Bob Kedala life, Imu Modimiano ke farmers at the back, Imu Modimiano ko, Bagudimo Kilomela back. Afomole, Nimbi na nyadi, how does all these things started?
Yeah, alo kudu bi alo ko ketole. So from my childhood, in Tamasansa, I've always been liked by people. Mashallah, come alo ko ke, nana primary school ke jele base Tamasansa. It's like it's like 10-15 minutes drive to Base, the main capital. So ngana dindi abe kotole, and growing up without your mom, without your dad, so I've been taken care by my extended family and the whole community. So I have always got this love since I was younger. Then Bota J Ntarabase Male Kunda in St. George's. Even though I one time the Maneke in my grade 6, but also it's the same vibe, it's the same love, it's the same everything. Come and receive that. I was even a counselor there. I think if I pronounce it good, they call it counselor.
Counselor,
Then yeah, counselor. Then Bota J, I was moved to Jambanjeli. Those who are in Jambanjeli, Sanya, they most probably know me. So it's the same love, J Falam Bijele, into Bota J. But there is not Bob, it's Bubakar Siddiq. They call me those who are from Jambanjeli, BK Ward,
yeah,
Sekou
I
Jeng,
had
all
a
that.
friend like FM Koli, he spoke to
FM,
me
yeah.
about
Me
it.
and FM and Sekou Jeng, we were in the same school, we were in the same grade, the Lum Force Bajo DJ, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. So the same thing. Ben Antila J, I become a school prefect there. I play football. So come the society, wherever I'm society can come welcome me. They just love me. They just love everything about me. And then I spent few years there. Then I went to Kersering, the same thing, the same love. I went to Sheikh Maska Senior Secondary School, the same thing, the same love. Then, but that Kersering, Famara Quadrado, then that time my mom came back. So, in short, this is me. This is just Bob,
Yeah, so
yeah, up to
that's
today.
that's incredible. That's incredible. And
Yeah.
then you are deeply right. I think most of us that were born in in village we it takes a whole community to raise a child. Ibajala ko nindi mo
Yes.
ake ko community la
Mhm.
kalwe kunto and ni harbe do itara fe fuda da tembe da do. It's a common fele community yetin duwe jay barin jama do kata ba mal ka findi le kata marcel do kata watu do le ke tum ol bulje wala ke
Yeah.
take ika domoro ka nyoya stuff like that. You gotta mono bind on kudo like that. That's incredible. So, Bob, I just want to know, Lava Kalon, I mean, because first the entire boy you are so cool. Like it's this thing that you have in you, that facial expression that when people sees you, they like you immediately, right? That means that you are so calm and cool. But Mona Atina, what trigger your attention in politics? Another nyadi.
Yeah, commitment Frank. I'm calm, I'm cool. Jama na friends all California, it that you are a silent killer, you are very cool, even there you never get down, but you can tease well. So in politics, back in the days, it had the Jamel time we were young because when Jamel came into power, I
Mm-hmm.
was only 4 years because 1994 and 4 years. So the first election 1997 we couldn't say anything about that. 2001. So Mang Patek no election Jamato, but definitely real involvement in politics was in 2016. Because being a member of UDP those days. nga jël ko like how things were going. We grew up loving Yaya Jammeh a lot. Yeah, but then later on nata jël ko, you know, the reason people were loving him so abo divert Kane, so he was being that dictatorship, being harassed, you know, to people. But I think the most one was, you know, when Uncle Solo Sending and others were arrested. But prior to that, when he made that famous insults, you know, on Mandinkas, you know, I feel offended because I'm a Mandinka, you know, and then Solo Kona Lafaje, then Uncle Hussein Walla arrest came in, you know, then the Kalamaba revolution came in, and so it just built up, and then the coalition came. So until then, I like at the front of that on the Youth Solar Society. So we volunteer. We don't want to know the leaders of the coalition. So it was like Banku called and then we came in voluntarily with the support. We were there. We until what time on coalition, nanamang Baroje, nanamang Halifa J. We were just doing our own thing and Motol Mala, and then we are going to have a portion where Jammeh will say, "Oh, Mandinka Mansa Kundata Ajuwas in the legend." So we were using that to go to those villages to campaign. So until then, do the political kono, you know, what I'm not interested
in the politics.
Yes, into politics, into active politics. We were before, but yeah, a lot of time we behind everyone was scared.
I mean, I don't know whether you can see there's a book called Dictator is also Jambera time wa trend bitakan but we are in back in bitakan school. But you know, we tend to learn a lot from the books, from the article written by Professor Sen and other people, and then we realized that I don't know how Gambians, you know, were able to cope during Jambera's time with those animosities, you know, environment on your political ecosystem on your it's so weird. But I think, you know, program on your so now, Bob, lifestyle learning, because you're an inspiration to your young people, you know, whether you know it or not. And these are some of the things me and right? It doesn't mean you are intelligent, it doesn't mean that you have a lot of degrees. These are stuff that God really entrusted you with it. And then in doing so, we want you to be inspired by you. Take us through your business journey. Bob, when did you think that, oh, let me try to do something for myself? Where does inspiration come? Kabire high school bang yamunni muneke feeling the business okay.
Yeah, because most of us that came member in village, you know, financially background, we are not that strong. And then in a childhood break a combole, and then you have friends, many alonko, you see everything is good for them, and then you are struggling. But despite that, the little they always have, you know, they share it with you. But deep down in you, you know that okay, you man can do that. So what can you do to have yours? So it's to struggle. So for me, Alhamdulillah, when I finished my grade 12, you know, straight I wanted to go to university. I wanted to go to college, you know, but then there was no support, like Koroteji. So what came into my mind is, okay, I want to do something different. I don't want to work for anybody. I just want to do my own thing. But how will you do it? Because investing in Dame is called cat setting. So even the name alone, cat setting, it's a you know, predominantly one of society. And up to today, I cannot speak proper. I don't know. I hate myself for that. So
and I am Job too, but I cannot speak all of them.
Yeah. So then I came to meet this guy, you know, Almani Man Cafe Popcan. So Popcan used to operate a video club in Kesering. And you know, those days we are all crazy about football. So Popcan my job is can. So Jovis used to be my friend. What we talk about the Jovis can. So Jovis is my friend. So they had this video club. Sunday I love football a lot. But then every week you have to pay 10. Maybe in a week you have to pay 15 because $10 long ticket. So you have to pay 5 games. So $50 is you cannot afford that. So I become his friend. So Nemajo can I'll go to his house. Ndalakala television all chicken nataye. So you know I was doing that. Then the TV nataye ticket will collect item bundadalto. Then I'll watch the match for free. Then maybe every day I'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday when there's football. I will have at least $50. So the same time he was also working in a restaurant called Nubian. You know, So not a five guy Marco Jedoko. Then I started working there. So through there, I got some friends also, and then they were like, you look very innocent, you look very nice. Why are you here? The same story that I want to study, but then there's no support. So they helped me. I went to Jollof, nga study in KJ. Then from there I went to MDI. Then through that nga Kedo met Akadogo Africell. He's one of their designers. He's very good. Amara. Guinean or but he works for Africell. Those who worked in Africell 10 years ago, they will remember him. So he's having a company called a business, not even a company called iMoson. They do graphic designs and stuff. So myself, Danny Constant, maybe you might know Danny. Danny used to work for Africell, and Iba. So we were working for him. So while working for him, we had this company that was open. That is the company that I'm running today, up to today, called Fire Protect. So it was opened by some British Czech Republican national love. So they came here through marketing then they see the way I was working. And again, they just see me, they like me, alhamdulillah. Come like then straight they hired me. This was in um 2011, 2012. So we worked from 2011, 12, 13, then 14, they decided to go back. And then they wanted to take me a lot. But those days, every young person was obsessed with travel. But for me, opportunity in your business auto, it is better for me to stay in Gambia to run it, myself. Even though when they were going, they sold everything. I was only left with fire extinguishers, the cars, the office, the account was empty. I think the last payment we have was from Karema Hotel. But also, in advantage means sort of, I was the mediator, like the main marketing person between them and most of these companies like the Navex, the Port, so Hotel Alto. I know everyone knows me. So when I go for marketing, they just like my vibe. People like me, they give me business. So when they went back, so the same scooter, I start going to them, tell them, okay, now this business is 100% Gambian business, is mine. So that's where the support came from 2013 building to 2014. And alhamdulillah, things just work out for me till 2019. Things went another way, which I don't want to talk about, and then by 19, 20, 21, 22, so 4 years absent. Definitely, Gambia, the business of Kunta J. There are a lot of things that go bad. But then I came back and then I started it again up to today. Yeah. So it's the same business I've been doing. So throughout my life I've just been independent, working for myself, apart from working in a restaurant for like maybe a week or two, then working for this company for at least 2 3 years. So but then I've been working, doing things on my own. Yeah.
That's incredible. That's deeply
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Honestly. And I
Yeah.
will seize this unique opportunity to also, promote our ticket app and the ticket website in the Gambia. Gum
Yeah.
Ticket. Gum Ticket is a new platform. Me and look another Gambia sign thing. Nida fakata
Okay.
football jibela is a ticket or some no ning Gum Ticket la. Ila wave account ning.
Okay.
Ila wave
Okay.
number bola kila jela ke ticket or some. Nida fakata concert fanana the same thing. We have some
Wow.
events on
Good.
the platform. You can just click the event. It will ask you to put your wave number, put it there. It will prompt you into your
Okay.
wave app.
Good.
Eurocata. I think more, we need to welcome innovations, especially when
Yeah,
it
yeah,
comes
yeah.
to
But this is
business.
good. This is good because Kajileko, throughout America Soul organized, they always have problem with this. You can take it all the more like people are getting innovated. So I think people should just get away from this cash and stuff thing because corruption only could back in our world. So this is a very good thing. I think after Mbashal and the platform and maybe I can even make a video because for me I'm really into supporting Gambian and Gambian businesses. So this is something that Nyantalaka encourage, because Niake, but at the Kamu, at so called Warakala Moko, even Mintori Nata Boko Najara, no. You have
Exactly.
your phone, buy your tickets through your wave, you have your code, it abundant. So it's less trouble.
Yeah.
So congratulations on this. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Bob. Yeah, Fanyamin, Kabring Rich Atapaja Warana, Kabring Kayako, you can use your Wave account to pay the ticket while you're on bed. Just get to the
Yeah.
show. Yes, can you do? At the end of the day, accountability kasuto lebajala ko, all revenue ni all balance because jama you can follow ko moon dunta filo kono ani na ticket o min so it didn't tally. Min ko besa because sometimes a ticket will duplicate. Imagine me SG la so more like $600 it. Nimba ticket o print gana 20 ticket la ko ka like a renting
Of
and a
course.
full
I
so
could also, yeah, yeah.
exactly. So for kaja ko be tabuli, I think we need to embrace, digital technology. We need to, embrace technology to
Yeah, yeah,
communicate all
yeah.
those things.
Yeah, that's good.
But
That's
we
good.
need to move forward now. We need to move forward. And then now,
Yeah.
fast forward in 2021 election on atake. And the election on malaki de but after the elections, President Barrow happens to win the election, and kabri natana. You were in UDP. What neighbor UDP? Fancy UDP.
No, no, I'm independent. I don't belong to any. Come nga fenya, come okay. Gambia those days, even immense time. Mostly you must be APRC or UDP, or DOI, but DOI jama jama will keep a party anything back. So you can't go back in the days political Benjamin. Most of the time, where your parents are affiliated or ila badi mo dal, come you grow up in that setup. Yeah, it's different from today. Be ka jelo ko dimoita bladu ana another miro ka nyosa ko, but before it's like you just you grow up to society member. So we grown up being in that UDP family stuff, and then later on when the coalition come, even though it was a coalition, but those days more it was more of UDPJ, because the president those days from the UDP, most of these ministers, foreign affairs time was so, we still continue with that, and then that's where we created this Baro Youth Movement. I think it was created in 2018 or 2017. Then it was 1 year. Then 20 Baro Youth Movement it's just 1 year. But they are need to a servant. So people think, oh, they were there for many years. No, I was actually there from 2018 to 2019. Bring a problem most of the day. I was out. Then 2019, 2021 election, I was even in prison that time, so I didn't know anything about what was happening, outside. And then when I came out, I just stay out from political parties, or because one time I was more affiliated to Barola side, because they are great, and then they were my friend. But when I came out, near Cross, I was just laying back, you know, um, being on my own, doing my own thing. I was more concentrated on prisons and youth work, salt and sport, Katadula to sensitization, because that really triggered something me and when I was in the difficulties. There are a lot of young people that helped me. So I feel like when I come back, I should also do the little I should. So I was not actively supporting any party. I was just doing my own thing, up to today up to
Yeah.
today. So I don't belong to any party. We are independent.
We
Yes.
will come to that. We will come to your movements. But
Mm.
let's move a bit to the issues of your foundation, Yemi Established New Gambia. And then I think it is high time we talk about these issues. More me and they try to give back to the society. At some point we need to also add our voice to ensure that because you don't know, but like with growing up, you have a little people, many are not like motivate to go ahead with stuff. Kabila pen, pen campaign start, giving pen to student, encouraging student to tell them that look, you can do this better. You went to the prison, helping them to, with sanitation and stuff like that. And then you made mention of something like Kumada Bag, Kabila Batani Kono, Mojimala Lode. I have a lot of funny video pictures of myself there, during that time, with the
Mhm.
journalists, with Kex and others. So I mean, me and Kumada bag. So tell us about your foundation. Kabrina tanang jigita nyinam fem follow. You could have just go your way. You can travel to the United States where I am right now, or other part of the world. You have a better life for yourself. But what trigger your eagerness to establish a foundation to help or to give back?
Yeah, come yeah for Nyamendro, yaron Koku I started like the free Bob Keita stuff, slogan. I based that on prison. So there was this day, we were in prison, because normally the Yankuba Ture, those high profile prisoners, they live in the same cell. So we have our own section, sit there, talk, chat. So there's this boy that came to Yangs, Akwaiko, like, yeah, fine. Man, I finished Sunyade. So he's supposed to do 3 months in prison. What I like 3,000 or 2,000 something. So when he said this, so he told me prison there because of 2,000. I could guess. So young guy, I'm gonna pay for it. So ibajela ko time on nite ba ni me sorong if you are remand president ka konton na dale so nara family konton na di akoko den so na bena nim ko do na so e corona de then he paid and the following day boy release. So I was like, okay, I'm not rich, but alhamdulillah, I'm also working. I have little outside. So some people also come, cigarette sanye, and the other guy also came. But when the family began 3,000, then I paid Atata.
Oh,
Then
you pay that?
me and him, yes, even though I was in, I don't know if it will come out or not, but I just feel like more money in prison for 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, or even 100,000 if your life is more precious outside, even more far, even more rape, even any capital offense. I believe everybody deserve a second chance. Yeah. So throughout the I think 4 to 5 people, me and officer, any officer like I know my right. Yeah, more call you dealer. So I feel like okay, while I am inside and I'm doing this thing. So if I am outside, I could do better. So when I came out, a whole lot of thought come. Oh, you have to use this opportunity and join the politics because now you are very famous. You have come. People were more of advising me to go into things that is going to be like a personal benefit to me. Yeah. And to me, I was looking at a broader way, the perspective of it. So I want to do more of giving back to where everything started. You understand? Because we'll be the no mental long, I started 5 years ago or like 4 or 5 years ago. So I feel like I should create this initiative. I wanted to do it as Boubacar Keita Foundation, but I was like, no, the name Bob Keita will be dominant sign. So I just created that. First thing I think about, okay, if I was in prison, I was able to leave 5 people. Now I'm out with all this influence. I can do more. So we organized a concert. I talked about it. We organized a concert. Most of these artists were my friends, near contact. They all want to perform for free. And so I write to institutions, they support. So I think when we did that, so we make money, and then we're able to release for 25 or 30 people our first stuff. Then a manual sound to because I was there. Dolby GLA, video sorry la mall became visit. They cannot even have toothpaste. So I know I lived there for 2 years. So we bought a lot of these stuffs. And then that more Jamal Fanam Bulaji. Up to today will Dolby first time offender. But also I want to make this clear. Most of these people in Kamen Bula, these are minor cases. Amanke ko because because Gambia perception of Kakamenti Momo be prison come by I crime bala commit. You understand? Hey, but offense have a criminal lebulaka more fala lebulaka. No, those people Natal Colombi, Yankuba Ture will not be there, Yankuba Bashi will not be there. Because those cases are very serious. Those are mandatory sentences. Yeah, so this is how everything started. I started going to the prisons first. But after the prison also, I feel like I need to go back to the society. Then I thought of the students. I don't know if you remember, Kuswe oversized students at the
Yeah.
So one day I was thinking, okay, what message can I relate to these youths for them to understand? So before Kush or before drug, so I come with the slogan of take the pen and leave the drug. So what I will do is I will write to schools, assembly because what I'm like public speaking man, no. So I think the first school we went to was in St. Peter, St. I don't know, this girls' school in Banjul, just behind Sense.
Oh yeah. I think St. Augustine is a female school.
In a female school, yeah. So we went there. So near the principal, and she was like, "Oh, this is a Christian. Oh, I come as you're my son. I prayed for you. So come like she was so excited that I enjoyed. So students so they were not even concentrated again in their classes. So everybody just hey, so they came. It was all love. After today, that's the same vibe I received in Gambia. So how many students you also. So what I will do is, if I'm going to your school, depending on how many students you have, if you have 2,000 students, I will take 2,000 pens. So and give each student a pen and tell you this pen is mightier than the drug. So if you take the pen and leave the drug will only destroy your life. Come be destroy either drug nikata either prison lam either kaburo kono either leptanoto. But with your pen you can become mightier. You can become the Obamas. You can become the Mohammed Jazz. You can become the Mali Jobates and others that are doing good, and they relate to this message. So I give them the pen, and then I started this. So school start writing to me. Oh, Bob, our students want to see you. So student often can text Duma on TikTok. Oh, Uncle Bob, can you come to our school? So I think throughout the process, we went to more than 25 schools. So imagine most of the school they have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. So I can say in total we reach out to more than 50,000 students. So yeah, basically that's what we do.
I remember, I mean, when you were going to Nusrat, I was not there though. At that time, I was teaching at Kotu, but in Tabano Nusrat.
Okay.
So one of the events happened there. They invited you as a guest speaker, and I was hosting that program. I think it was a book launching.
Oh
So I
yeah,
see
yes,
the
yes,
vibe
yes.
between you and then the students. They really
Yeah,
admire you.
yeah,
They really like you.
yeah. We vibe.
Yeah, and then people didn't know these little things. Me and Nokonka Judila, it helps a lot, especially motivating young people to do better, especially when they needed you, especially the students. Even a lot of
Mhm.
these things, me and Noko what they go through at the school. If brothers like talk to them, brother to brother or sister to sister, yeah, and dunia kata manyani, and then focusing on your education, how far it can take you, right? Some of us never
Mhm.
think that we're gonna sit at the United Nations today. So, but if you really have ambition, you have people that are gonna push you to go far. Obviously, you will actually make it in life. So, Bob, now we are going to politics now because we have done 30 minutes of the discussion on issues related to social work and humanities. Bob, youth, not every youth must vote. How does it come about?
Yeah, so I get exhausted, being on a legal challenge for like how many years. So I feel like okay, I need to take a break from Gambia a bit. Come more in life, you need a break. Yeah. So I was like, I need to take a break. So I traveled. I'm not in Gambia since January. So and building up to the election, uh, the Ngase press la fenko jubile ila
Publication.
survey came out. So people were talking. People were, oh no, suppress ko barol be win la. But where people were concentrating, is different. And then I think about G-Boss also last time. Their last statistic says 70% of the population are all below 35. Yeah. And this is where most of the politicians are not thinking right. So now, if they tell you 75% of your population are below 35 years, so what are they doing to tap into that 75%? To get to them into presidency? They don't know. You understand? They are not taking care or thinking about those people. You understand? So instead of journey, and I was like, so what can be done? And also, another, I start making posting because when I post on TikTok, it goes viral. When I post on Instagram, so any of my social medias, ninga film post ye, it akata viral, and when it went to viral, so nkata insight le. So when that insight, ikaja country ni rendi la country jomale ki ijube back. So I see 70 to 90% is from Gambia. So and then I'll look at the age also. So you can get most of the people that follow me, they are at the age of like 15, cut off for the age of 40. This is young people. Mostly, predominantly, these are young people. So most of my message are received by these people. So I might post something on Facebook. I have 1,000 likes, but nintara through the inside la. Compinga men posted before Benara and Tarangajiwe, it reached out to 80,000 people within 6 7 hours. So, but Gambia, what we are more concentrated in is the likes, but not the likes. You might have 10 likes, but while your message reached to like 25,000 people. So now, what are you going to do with the 25,000 people? So I start writing about every youth must vote. So now the message that is coming back is who are we going to vote for? More if you understand. So it's like majority of the young people, they don't actually want to vote for Barrow to continue. But also, we have more than 15 or 10 opposition. So today, if young people can ask me, okay, Uncle Bob, you want us to go and find a voter's card and vote, but who are we going to vote for? So there's a problem. It means there's it means
Yeah,
there's
Mbe Moy Kanya.
okay. Okay, it means there's a political or communication breakdown between the young people of the Gambia and the politicians. This is something separate and others should do a survey. I don't know why they are not touching into this, because so then now I was like, okay, so now the president is there. You people don't want to vote for him. There are a lot of parties, Menan Kopiji, but also we recently have a youth movement led by Talib, yeah, and still majority of these young people are like, oh, but Uncle Bob, for us, we are not going to vote. And I was like, no. So this perspective have to change. So out of that 70%, I'm going to okay, and I get a 15% lady. I'm going to inspire those things, those people. So I start saying, oh, you know what? Make a question or answer no. When they said, who are we going to vote for? I don't know what to answer. So I have this lady, she followed me, she's in the US. Akonya Bob, you know, you are doing a very good job. But a lot of people call me in Gambia. It's like they follow you, but it's like they are confused. They don't know whether every youth must vote. Is it an activism lumber for a political group? So it's like, even if I'm confused, because I would post, it will reach to thousands, hundred, maybe 100,000 or 50,000, 60,000, and people will be like, okay, who are we going to vote for? But I cannot even answer who, because I'm not going to contest in the presidential election. I'm not support any political party, and I cannot say who. So that question will only be left open. So bring him for Nyako, what you are going to do, write a statement and tell them this every youth must vote is going to be a political movement, youth-led political movement. But make it clear, because Gambiano Katariaka more misunderstand. Make it clear that you are forming this or creating this to be able to inspire the other young people to vote. Now, this movement is not going to have a candidate in 2026, but what we are going to do is either you are going to endorse the president, which I'm not going to do, or you are going to endorse a party. Okay, now for me, looking at the political cool with Akanyame, there is no one party right now that can defeat the president. That's the reality. Ni momo lataola is up to you. Nima
Definitely.
lava but yeah, because the president himself is having a coalition. He's having NRP, he's having CA, he's having My Party. So all those political parties are around the president,
Got very powerful
building up.
individual within him here.
Exactly. You understand? Fake Henry Gomez world. So even in more
And
10,
you might
15 years
disagree
ago.
with him. Baro is, our life soul Janyanga, Dr. Sisa Fanganya, 90% access.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So now, what I'm going to advocate for. So I wrote this statement. So now, a lot of the young people clearly understand. Okay, now Bob have a direction. So already I announced like, oh, this every youth must go is a political movement. But in 2026, we are not going to put up a candidate. So okay, now what we are going to do in 2026, we are going to call in for a lot of youths to vote for us. After the voting on the 21st of March, we are going to write a letter to all these political parties. This also is a political movement. What we want, most of these young people, they don't believe in your parties, they don't believe in your policies. They are with us. We are going to guide them to come and support a coalition. We don't want to particularly support a party because it's going to be a failed movement. So what we are calling for is, after on the 21st, we are going to write a letter to all these major opposition parties and call them to have a discussion, for them to put their political differences, Jenna, and then to look at the broader picture that is Gambia. You understand? Because we are at the stage, me and Nokonga Jela could be oppositional being differences put J. And let's not have a replica of 2016 just to change Jammeh to go. No, we need a proper system change. Come Halifa Kamenfo, we need that because we need Gambia system what you brought. Which system is working there from the security sector, entertainment, sport, everything is broken there. So when I started doing this, and I start asking the kids to go, bro, if I have another phone here and I
Mhm.
start showing you my WhatsApp messages, I don't want to be showing messages come voters card. Did not like people, young people in their thousands. They are going to don't find BJ because not I try to relate to them directly. So ngana WhatsApp normal deal. So they will just go and have their voters card, and then they picture. I say, Uncle Bob, I have voted. Thank you for your inspiration. Come, thousands of them have voted. So, and the other thing for
Finding their voters card, you mean?
Yeah, finding, look, okay, thousands of them are going to register to vote. And will be jelly be, they don't want to vote. So ngam mol jele many alonko, will Musena Gambia party la damari ko nyep bop ngela video moile, we are going to vote. You understand? So now okay, what do I need to do again? So now in Gambia, when you want to have the young people together, it's three things. It's either by sport, it's either by entertainment, and it's either by education. So I wanted to go back to the schools, but I'm going to get trouble with government because they would you had that audio when we started going to the schools.
Yeah.
So you can now this is political, so I don't want to go there. But sport now we are organizing fitness tournament. They are already. Kunu we
Yeah.
organize one. Soma we have one in Boxbar, Birkama, and we have one in Farado. So we have a WhatsApp group over 500 people. So what we tell them is everybody is a leader from your own end. So if you are from Brikama, organize a football team between two teams, and we are going to seek for funds. We are going to give them $1,000. It's come warga warga. But the condition is half of the team have to come with their voters cards. So now they will come with their voters card. Oh, we have our voters cards. You understand? So thousands of youths are going to register to vote. And I think about something also to have a show. So now I talked to a few artists in the Gambia. We're having a show. We're supposed to have a show on the 6th, but then best of best, they reach out to me to say that I should change that date because that is their program. So now we are going to have a show, musical concert in June 13 with most of the Gambian artists. I reach out to them and they're all ready to partake. Now, this is that it's going to be a free show, yeah. But now what is going to happen is any person that is going to come there, your ticket is going to be your voter's card.
Incredible, incredible.
Yeah. So this is all ideas. You just sit at night before you go to bed. You just need to be more innovative. You just need to be more connected to this youth. And bro, when I posted these flyers, kids are texting me, "Hey, Uncle Bob, so if I don't have voters card, I was like, even if you don't have voters card, even if you have $1,000, you're not entering. So now, people are going to the police because it's free. One day, so if you have voters card, so when the venue in Bekel, I'm going, no, it's going to be on the 13th. So these
Yeah.
are some of the ways we are getting to the young people and to get them registered. Alhamdulillah, bro, I'm so happy that the message is going across. And the plan for that every youth to go is to support the coalition. But imagine in 2027, we want to try to get into real politics where we want to have at least 5 members of the National Assembly members to come from this youth-led Fenko Benanko, represent like National Assembly, and 5 of them we want them to be women. So we are working on that. We are not much concentrated like because Gambia need political. It's all about presidency. No, but where it really matters is the National Assembly. We need to have a real check and balance there. So our main target is next year, inshallah, we are going to have at least 7 to 8 candidates, and out of that, even if we can have 2-3 seats now, then this is where we want the movement to grow, building up to 2031 election, inshallah.
That's incredible. And then program when you kumfala ning kudan tamola bokere. Nyara jibe mazakunda la tamandinya amenya fa bake wenya. Kabring inatana mo jamali amira ko sudara mazakunda la bage. Mana tena nyim mazakunda ite ning ingadra kubele.
No, because yalu menketa beating momo nyala tala masakunda bala. Jama kake na falde fanku na falde moment along, you know, even when I write to the president, I write to him from my heart. Yeah, he's somebody like ngalon ne true nanama long but ngalon true political many times like Nasir, and he's a very good person. Like I made it nintala nala siyokono, he's very good, he's very calm. And one thing Bijaka emphasize, well, after the presidency, he want to sit in Gambia, he want to remain here. But Africa president la CEO ala banko kan amandi tamin atala foral jamin tala animal talata animal janjanta nyame. You understand? Animal comme ne na neighboring country from Senegal, for example. Abdou Diouf no do but Ablaye Wade ni man janjam ko wala na the end atara see outside the follow with all the massive development I mean na the Senegal. Then Macky Sall the same thing. Mbalo is the same thing. Yajembe the same thing. So what I want for President Barrow is, Atadana Gambia kono kake president, it was a mission. The mission was just to get rid of Jammeh, to have him for 3 years. So but after that 3 years, some of us contributed for him to stay for 5 years. You understand? Which we have to accept. Yeah. But amanke kumfana, name mistake kunu, you should continue defending that mistake. Sometimes name mistake tonyaje, you should just get away from that. You understand? So not a personal gain lum. He personally helped me in the past, but I see Gambia is bigger than that. So the project that they sold to the young people in 2016 was is gonna be 3 years, and constitutional better there's going to be a lot of reforms, and we have seen that, like, almost all those reforms are being work because I'm under materialized. And from 3 years now, talking about 15 years, and some people are even saying, oh, he should go in for fourth, fifth time. So I think this is sickening. And mulkane ma women come kafako over constitutional right there kata. That is true. Momo deny, but yalo harmadum count. Yela count is very important. When you are coming, what you agreed with us, it was 3 years, and then now you have 2 terms, and you did a lot.
Seems like you
And
have an issue. You have an issue with the term limit. You don't want him to go
yes,
third term.
yes. No, I have an issue with the term limit, but also I don't want him to fail. You understand? Because during his time, we have seen this massive road development. Before Mansilo Soroji, and thanks to Akala regime like that, regardless ABG at because before I became president, Yajaman and Mansilla Lo Gambia, Sarado Caravaggio and Mansilo. These are money that belongs to the state. But at the time, we have to give them that credit.
Sure.
So now, what we don't want is prove that grip of power by force to like to go into third term. That is my main problem. I talk about the third term and you so neglect in Gambia. It's just too much. Things are just going very bad. So yeah, in short, we need to come out and vote these people out and have a total system change in Gambia. Yeah.
Do you really think that opposition will come together to form coalition come December?
Well, this is what we believe. Because one thing the oppositions need to know, they need to know there's no opposition party in that country right now, 1-to-1 in Mbaro. He's going to defeat them seriously this 2026 if they are not united than 2021. If you ask, the statistics are there. 2021, it was how many of them? I tell them, I think there were 5, right?
Yeah, there were 6 in number. 6. There were 6 in number.
6. Yes, 6 in number. 6. And today, what we are seeing more than 10. So if this another still now is united, and those people are going back. They all went back. It's only Keba that is left behind. Do you understand? And most of these parties building up to 2026. Low for December. Ibe last week hey, ila development of Monaje, we come to join you. We come to because people are hungry in that country. You understand? Yala jamela time ateka mol fenkele exiling fenkola human rights fenkol. Economic
hardship.
Economic hardship le boy come follow. Yala kunu get doctor system I memfo. The same thing I went through that system even the private. So I was very mad to hear the minister saying, okay, if the government have problem with you, even the private sector will have problem with you. That is a very dangerous statement. I don't know why Gambians are not picking that up.
Yeah.
But that is very dangerous. And this is what they will do. If they have problem with Bob Keita is working with officials. Somebody will call officer Yalom, Bob Yalom I'm a more like. Yeah, it happened to me. There are few companies that want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there are few companies. Even me, they wanted to give me endorsement. I will not name them. One of them is I even defend them. Then not language. They want to give me a big endorsement, but they feel like I'm more political. So, more men may understand. I lost so much, income and whatever, not supporting the president. Than because Nimbe Alain Nunje I will have that and I will have a lot of opportunities. But to me,
exactly.
at the time.
Undoubtedly.
So when I see people online, sometimes they are trolling me. So no friends will many Omar say, well, Hakim Bob, I just wish these people know what you are losing. Oh, come you may lose and what you are losing because of your political stand. So in short, this is the thing. But still, my advice I think all these parties, let them put their differences aside and then they look at the Gambia.
I
You
see.
don't only need to be a president to put a bank ministerial budget budget. So in short, bro, let them put their differences
Yeah.
and have a
So
coalition.
Mbakacha filing IEC, I mean, when I was establishing an organization, Civic Bandaba, the motive was to encourage Gambian to take part in decision making in governance as well. And at some point, we cannot have free and credible election without independent electoral commission. And electoral commission, GBA, the chairperson, it's appointed by the executive, preferably the president. And now we have seen, from the records, auditors report, IEC returning officers, including the current IEC chairman, who was found wanting. All right. And at some point also, our conduct as well, it's something me and Gamino Jima Balmong Kontana Kunyin, because that was the time I interviewed Sir Kelfaro. I will tap on Lamin Cham Konatara Radio because of Lamin Cham pushing to the corner at some degree. What do you have to say about IEC, encouraging them to be very fair and independent as we head to December 4th?
Yeah, because I see in the Kalun could be it'll more reflect. Yeah, the appointment come from the president, but the same thing coming from the system on a broken loom. Most of the time there are no better background checks when it come to Dokudio Gambia. Bro, if we should do a proper background checks in Gambia, there are some people occupying certain offices because USGB like it about them. They left appoint as a secretary of state, minister. You go to Congress. Molekela could declare from 20 years in a name for in a name but Gambia. If we should do that today, there are some people that are ministers, there are some people that are advisors. It can driver found because of that conduct that they have. You understand? Mismanagement of funds in the previous phone call. But coming to IAC, in the this 2016, this 2026 election is not 2006, it's not 2016, it's not 2021. People are ready to defend their vote. So let them just be impartial. You can refer it like, let them not try to side with anybody. More trust in the world. So, and then also, Ngajele Komando, Blundas Jamal from the 2016, they nearly put the country in the war. Audit report from another over $100 million is, boy, that's a lot. I don't know why up to today nobody is prosecuted for that. But we believe some of these findings from the audit office, once there is a proper change of system, some of these people have to be held accountable for this. Yeah, so I see I'll referee like I'll Tonya Fasa, at the end of the day, the voice of the people matter. Yeah.
But today, if you are a joint opposition party, I mean, which party would you love to work with? Because Mojamal Keva UMC.
No, I don't. For me, never can not call no. Nembe UMC, or nembe UCP, I will come and say it. You understand? But what I'm doing, we are creating a movement. We are creating this youth. Every youth must go. The name will change because now we are just encouraging people. But like the love focus more is gonna be on youth and women participation in election. Yeah, we want to concentrate more on the National Assembly because that place is weakened. We have seen more many Anokukunu, they campaign on standing for the youths, but nita ranyato if into the Glunkiri Africa or President Development or Jams, we are going to join them. That is BS to me. So we are coming in 2027, honestly, and we want to have all these 8 regions, at least one candidate. Yeah. So the long-term plan is not even 2031 to us. That is very short. The long-term plan is 2036. So coming to 2036, after the National Assembly, then you see this movement we are going to create with either a wall of name or a mandate. So it's going to be a national movement, but we are not in a eager because of Mobile Bobcat. It's not about me, it's not about Kex, it's not about you, but it's about the whole youth movement, system. But our main target is going to be the parliament, to have a strong institution, to do more of check and balance there. But I'm not part of any political party. I might endorse a political party, but what I want is to have a coalition because I don't want to join a failure. Because if I should enjoy any political party right now, there is look at the other may if they go divided, come they have Asa Afonye, they have UDP afon, they have Talib afon, they have Jedawa. Billahi, come Barrow win. I mean, win that to the extent that the farmer will no model na like vote because he come one thing you jade to he's unite. Come ala mola nika unite. You understand? So I got even last time when Ahmad Ba made that statement, they control it within them. But yeah, it make me sad, yeah. Ninga not personal the multi when you nenga. Nka see like I just feel like what is going on? Allah main concern is this. Go after him, but not you I tell them. So right now, Baroba Jekan tell dual jabitale, no more la dual jabitale. It am all the way you nenga. So until we are telling all the young people, remember in Jubilee, I'm going to say it later, remember Jubilee Nyaro. I cannot discourage, go out and vote, go out and register. So registration on what you need amansia. I see 4 documents long. So need 2016 voters card level block please afai. I'm not I see is not going to be valid this time. Go and find a new voters card. And to having that new voters card, you need ID card. Nima ID card, so no problem. Passport, Nima passport, so no problem. Birth certificate, Nimo financial, no problem. Ta alkaloya, I can also it register. Nitara lumen for less than 30 minutes. So go and register and be part of this youth movement. And we are calling on all the opposition parties to come together to have a coalition which we are going to endorse, which we are going to campaign and rally on. So until then, we are independent. Yeah.
Bob, your last message for the day.
Yeah, the last message meant we are coming towards the election. Misinformation, disinformation is a lot. Yeah, it's going on a lot. So let's just try to come. This is from that. Let's campaign. With policies. Amanke come nendro nimba nendro and tribalism. No, and let's try to inspire the young people put their faith in a vote because 70% of the population are below 35 years. And I can tell you, majority of the young people, they don't belong to any party. You understand? So I tried wrong nga Cairo in Bango. It's only Gambia that we have. Of course, we can have differences, but at the end of the day, you are my brother, you are a Gambian, yeah? We can disagree, to agree on something, but ni nendirol kabula no kang kanyol tinya, kanyol banning. At the end of the day, manjero la alboke kan politician all many. We'll do for Montreal school to because I'll let down. We'll do la big online. So be wise. Support your party, support your party leader, but know that illegal are all gonna important. In this disagree, but let's disagree on policies, not like personal attack, personal insult and stuff. So I think in short, this is what I have, and thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Ila business for now, even for gum ticket number, you can share it. I will also make a video and post it and program just go through your wave or APS and then you have your ticket.
Exactly, because we integrated all the payment system there too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bob Keita. Badi wala na tendo na jay molmi al nako bi wala jibe jang podcast jang. Bob Keita sura jang na kachara kule me al nakaba dending every youth must vote, and this has been, the street words now. Everybody is saying it, and then I believe and hope that it's going to go far and wide throughout the country. So I'll tell the voters card on you kumada back, but we don't come mobile tati alla jate kendi alla karawo alla economy feng mimba dending ala wala mu election wala ka determine election for local government election number for mazakunda ka defe wala wala ka determine so akumada ba pour mobe dabula politiko kono mobe dabula le nyanto la nyinti abu fen nyana ka kumada ba bob abarka ba ke jonda fe nyami I believe
thank you